recording?
It is recording now, yes.
What's
the game
up, gamers?
Yes, as they said. What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Bennett Does Games, the only show on the internet, and today I'm presenting to you Escape from Terror City, which is really loud right now. So, as you can see right off the bat, it has a very interesting aesthetic that you... The music cracks me up. I love that sound. Oh my god. Yeah, so it has a very interesting aesthetic. We'll just look at the options menu real quick because I have a very specific problem. And that is that whenever I try to set Nemesis, can you move? I can't tell what resolution I'm selecting. Oh, so good! Thank you! Man, she's great. What a good cat. So when I pick 1080 at 60 hertz and then I click back and then I click on options and it's set to 23 hertz. So this is the most cinematic video game you'll play this year, provided you play this game. So let's just get into it. There's a story about a bunch of space politics that's surprisingly in depth. It's really like baffling. So here we are, and I can explain, I swear. Okay, more story. Basically, there's an evil faction, and they're attacking a neutral city that you're not supposed to attack. And you are Prace or Ember something, I don't know, I don't remember. You're this guy, Blue Hair McGee, and you can walk, you can aim, and you can shoot. What you cannot do is turn. You can jump, but you cannot turn. You will turn when the game tells you to. So first thing you might notice is that this game is very unpolished. You're supposed to shoot these boxes, but you can also just walk through them. So that's fun. Oh, off to a great start. Off to a wonderful start. The jumping controls are a little finicky at times, but that jump, that was entirely on me. I messed that up. So it's a third-person rail shooter, and it's interesting to say the least. You walk with WASD and you shoot with the mouse. Apparently there's other weapons you can unlock, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how to do that. You can see some guys over there. Oh, alright. So let's just go up. From what I can tell, it doesn't really make a difference which way you go unless you choose to jump through between these two houses, in which case you just fall into the endless abyss. You can actually slide around the level a lot after you do that. But it's fine. This game is, I think, a one-person effort, if I'm not mistaken. And the developer was actually very helpful when I was on my first playthrough of this game, because every time a game-breaking bug occurred that would stop me from progressing, within an hour or two, the developer would have just fixed the issue, which, you know, was really swell. I really appreciated that. That being said, maybe I shouldn't have had to contact them about game-breaking bugs twice over the course of a game with 5 levels. That's not necessarily great. Can I go backwards? Nope. So, you've pretty much seen everything this game has to offer. The levels get more difficult over time. This is obviously the first stage. And I'm showing it off because it's the only one that I can play without embarrassing myself. But I'm going to show off the second level too, because it has one of my little pet peeves with this game. You can do some cool tricks like jumping over fences to speedrun the game if that's something you're interested in doing, which, you know, fun enough. The fact that the character turns automatically works fine most of the time, especially in this stage because there aren't any bottomless pits that instantly kill you. All other stages have those bottomless pits, and if you walk around a corner and the character just jolts to the side suddenly because pressing W has become a 90-degree different input. That was a great way of phrasing that. Because the direction that W sends you has changed by 90 degrees is a pretty quick way to die, and it's also kind of frustrating. So what we're seeing here is the first boss. Bosses usually have 2 or 3 attacks that they cycle through. This one is obviously pretty easy. All you gotta do is walk left and right and hold down the shoot button. Now, something that I should probably mention is the fact that I lowered the volume of the sound effects quite a bit because the shooting sound gets really annoying really quickly. And this is me reminding myself to add a photosensitive epilepsy warning to the beginning of this video. Oh goodness. So, as you can see, you pretty much just jump from one level to the next. There's really not much fanfare going on outside of levels 4 and probably 5. I honestly haven't played level 5, but I assume there's something fancy happening when you beat that. And yeah, there really isn't anything else to this game, which to me is fine for the most part. I actually really enjoy the core gameplay of just walking around and shooting things. It reminds me a lot of old school Star Fox. It kind of feels like what playing on foot felt like in Star Fox 64 if you're one of the real OGs who unlocked that. Which you probably did if you have taste in video games. And I'm totally okay with this game as it is. I don't think it's anything amazing, but I do appreciate how unique it is and how the characters are hideous, but they're also charming as all hell. Like, I'll never forget this guy. I was playing the Falconer earlier today, and I don't even remember what bird I was flying in that game. But this blue, purple-haired freakazoid, I don't think I'll ever forget. So, now that you've seen me die, the checkpoint system is fairly forgiving? What? The checkpoint system is fairly forgiving in most of the cases. Sometimes you're going to have to battle your way through the same super tough gauntlet of enemies over and over again just because, yep. So the first time I played this level, I fell off this cliff a bunch of times. Anyway, back to the point. I don't think this game does anything especially well. I liked the presentation a hell of a lot. The music is super charming. It's not great. It's not crazy catchy, but the really poor MIDI quality has a lot of charm to it. Is there something in here? No. Like I said, I have not managed to unlock any other weapons in this game. I don't know. There's a weapon change button. Uh-oh. And the game, unfortunately, is also too buggy for me to recommend in its current state for any amount of money, really. I think if you happen to get this game as part of an itch bundle or as part of a bundle deal where you don't have to pay money for it specifically, I definitely think keep Escape from Terror City in mind because you can have fun with it for about an hour. I had about an hour of fun with it before I got horribly frustrated. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's one quirk that I might as well show off real quick oh my god, it deleted my progress. Wonderful. So here's something that I really enjoy that is super bizarre, and I've never seen a game that does this before. And that's the fact that if you replay a level through level select without starting a new game, you just go through a level without enemies. But the crazy part about that is that the enemies that you didn't fight are still there. So the game just for some reason remembers which enemies you have fought and which ones you haven't. Even between levels, and it doesn't restore them when you replay it. Now, I found that fairly amusing. It does unfortunately have the side effect that, and I think I'm about to get there. Is it down here? Yes. It unfortunately has the side effect that the bosses don't respawn either. So if you walk here normally, you can't finish the level. I'm really not sure what's up with that, but you know, it's a tiny indie game. It has tons of charm, it has tons of bugs. If you happen to somehow already own it for whatever reason, just give it a try, why not? But I can't recommend anyone buy it. And that's all I gotta say about Escape from Terror City. Hey, there's our friends again. Well, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more drifting around in zero space, then... Oh my god, is that a Dragon Quest set of stairs? Cool. Then make sure you subscribe, because I have a review of Fallen Knight coming up on the 17th. And that has a lot of falling out of world in it. So I hope you're excited for that. You know, like, comment, subscribe, feed the algorithm. It really helps a lot. And bye-bye. No?
Bye, gamers!
There we go.
Sorry.